This is wine, and let's go to another side of paradise. I'm out here in Paradise Springs Winery in beautiful Clifton, Virginia with Kirk Wiles. I'm the owner and founder of it. Thanks for meeting me.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Pleasure. So, basically, I guess for the starting point is, what made you want to start a winery? I mean, of all the endeavors and ventures we can go into, winery. Not that I'm complaining, but
it really kind of came out of necessity. Our family actually has been here in Clifton for almost 300 years. Original land grant from Lord Fairfax in 1716.
oh, wow.
And over time, some of it's been developed off, but there's still a large chunk of land left in the family, and has an agricultural zoning to it.
Okay.
And we needed a new use for it. It hasn't been used for an agricultural purpose in 20, 30, 40 years. A winery just seemed like the right fit. It's something we all enjoy drinking, and with the ascension of the Virginia wine industry in recent days and years, it just made sense. And so it was an opportunity for us to save our family farm, not just for ourselves, but for generations.
That is good. So why the name Paradise Springs? I mean, there's some obviously interesting names out there like Philip Carter, Naked Mountain. I mean, you could just call this Wiles and Company. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
What gave you the name Paradise Springs?
We wanted something historical to the town. Paradise Springs actually was a mineral springs over on the west side of town, commercially produced bottled water in 1910.
Okay.
While it went under, we thought it was a catchy name, a marketable name, historical to the town. And actually, our family has the last 4 hand-blown Paradise glass bottles in existence from that factory. Actually, one of them is right over here, which I can show you on camera.
That is nice. Wow. Yep.
So original bottle from 1910. It's one of the last 4 remaining hand-blown Paradise glass. And so we thought, combined with having these artifacts and catchiness of the name and the historical reference to the town, it just kind of all made sense. It's one of those things you just know when you know.
Exactly. That's good. So why Clifton? I mean, I know, like, say for example, 66, Route 7, Route 9 out in like Leesburg, Percival, Delaplane. That seems to be kind of the central wine country up and down 95. So what prompted you North Virginia? I mean, this is the only real winery in North Virginia, isn't it?
It is. Well, we really didn't have a choice because we already owned land. But Clifton actually, is a very historical town, and it's set closer to the metropolitan area and the district than any other winery that's out there. And so to have an opportunity to open a winery closest to the metropolitan area, but still set in a country, rustic, rural town that really embraces, the essences of aging and things that go along with the winemaking process. It just kind of is a great experience for people to come here, not just to visit us, but to visit the town as well. Some great restaurants down there and historical value. And so it really went hand in hand. It's good for the town, and the town is great for us. So it was a win-win all the way.
That's good. During the process of establishing Paradise Springs, you guys ran into a few speed bumps, shall we say. What happened with that? I mean, I know obviously you have to go through the paperwork and get the licenses and all, but what specifically was causing the delays in the opening? I know it was a setback for several months, I guess.
Yeah, well, Fairfax County has, I guess, their own little guidebook in their zoning office, and we didn't quite fit into that. While we have a right to agriculture on the property here, the county challenged that to say that a winery wasn't agriculture, even though the state of Virginia clearly defines it as one. And so it was unfortunate, but we tried to work with them. We tried to have the civilized conversations, but they just kind of weren't having it, and so we ended up in court. Took about 2 years through the court process, but we prevailed and came out on top, and we were able to open today. And actually, we get along great with many officials over at the county now. I think it kind of got over the hump, and we all kind of learned to get along. And I think we're a great addition to the county, and we're proving that we're a valuable entity, and everyone's coming out and having a good time. And I think everyone over there is pleased. So I think we've gotten by it all. But it was definitely some tough days and nights there.
Understandable. So let's start talking about the wine then itself. You guys have won several awards for your wines already. You've still been open less than a year now, officially, I guess I should say.
The tasting room, yes, been less than a year, but we've been making wine since 2007.
Okay.
Under the guidance hand of Chris Pearman. He is our winemaker. He's been in the industry for 30 plus years. So he is a great mentor for us, and we're over there, making wine with him and putting our stamp on things and absorbing as much as we can. And we've made some excellent wines, won awards all over the Eastern Coast. And we actually just was awarded the Governor's Cup last week.
For the best white wine in Virginia.
That's correct, for the 2009 Chardonnay.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So what are your plans for the immediate future? I mean, I saw some construction out back when I was coming down over here. So it looks like you guys are going to open another tasting room and operations center.
Yeah, well, because of the county fight, we weren't able to build our production facility. We need to make sure we could open this place before we put a sizable investment into something like that. And so now we've been able to get open and everything's going well. We, obviously have our production facility being built on site, which will house up to 250 barrels in the barrel room, set off the tasting room behind a glass wall, steel tanks, case storage, hospitality room, deck. It'll really allow us to provide some more indoor climate controlled space for the winter months, and just be able to better suit the customers coming through here.
Right.
The cabin that we taste out of now is incredible. It's an amazing historical structure, but it is small and it is not set up and designed as a tasting room per se. But it's a home, and we've turned the home into what we have and the best we can, and people have enjoyed that. But it's and this will still be an integral part of the winery. It'll just change its principal purpose. So, yeah.
Now, you guys do any wine distribution outside? I know some wineries are only available on site in their winery. Do you guys do distribution with the local markets, ABC, that sort of thing?
Right now, we do a little bit of small distribution through Virginia Winery Distribution Company, which we run through ourselves, but mainly local to Clifton and places that have reached out to us. We have just worked a distribution deal with JWC, so we will be getting out there as an inventory grows, getting more to the district, Arlington, Alexandria area, in choice spots. We won't do a lot, but we strive to have a quality product, with a quality name, quality label. Everything about us, we want it to be first class in quality, and I think that will resonate in the places that we want to put the wine as well.
Nice. Now, what's been the public reaction since you guys have opened shop?
It's been great. People come out here and have a great time, and it's funny because we've had some people come out here not knowing what to expect. First winery in Fairfax County, tasting behind a Walmart or a shopping center. People literally didn't know what to expect, and I think they're surprised when they get out here and see it, and how authentic it is, and how it is a real winery, and it stands up, to everything else that is way out in the Shenandoah. So you can have all those experiences here, right here in Clifton, just stone's throw away from the city.
Exactly. I mean, it's like half an hour from downtown DC. I mean, how hard can it be? Right off 66 practically. Now, I guess my final question would be, on a personal note, what is your favorite wine here at Paradise Springs that you've done? I mean, you can be biased and say that the Chardonnay, the award-winning Chardonnay, if you want, but honestly, in my opinion, like, what would your personal favorite be that you've had thus far here?
I really like them all, and I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, but it really depends on the weather. It depends on what you're eating. I think we make great wines all across the board, and there's something for everyone in that lineup. And depending on the mood you're in and the external factors, I think they're all great wines and very drinkable and in the right situations. I will say, the Chardonnay, when we finally got it in bottle and brought it home, I did declare it. I said, I think this is the best wine that we've made so far, and it was validated. So we were excited about that, but I think they're all great, and there's something for everyone. And that's the great thing about coming out and doing a tasting at a Virginia winery, is you get to try everything they have to offer, and sometimes one is right for you, and sometimes the next one is the complete opposite, and sometimes you discover something new. And that's the fun of it, is getting out there, visiting all the wineries, trying all the wines, learning something new, and finding some wines that you really enjoy that you maybe not thought you did before.
Exactly.
And so that's kind of our goal here, is to share our experiences, share our processes of what we made, but also, have people walk away learning something new, and hopefully taking away a little bit of the spirit back home. So.
Well, that's good. Well, stay tuned, because coming up next, we will be sampling some of their fine wines and telling you what we think of them. So stay tuned. See you shortly.